It is 1:07 p.m. on Monday, July 30th, 2018. I'd like to call the board business meeting of the New York State Parole Board to order, please, and begin with a roll call. Let's begin with Commissioner Cruz today.
Commissioner Otis Cruz, present.
Commissioner Agostini, present.
Tina Stanford, Chairwoman of the Board, present.
Kathy Kiley, Counsel to the Board, present.
Carol Shapiro, Commissioner present.
Eric Rowland, Commissioner present.
Ellen Alexander, Commissioner here.
Carol Watson, Commissioner, present.
Rosia Villa, Executive Assistant to the Board.
Peter Jack, AD Docs.
D. Johnson, Docs, Board of Commission.
Thank you, and we also have members of the public with us as well. Thank you all for your attendance. As I indicated, we do have a quorum, and we can therefore conduct the business of the Board of Parole. Everyone should have a copy of our agenda for today, as well as the minutes from June 25th. As you may recall, from last month, we are unable to vote on the minutes from the May 21st, 2018 meeting because we did not have a quorum. I think copies of those minutes were given out last month. If anyone would like a copy of those minutes, such as they are, without any official board business, please let us know in the board's central office. In terms of old business, before we do that, does anyone have any recommended changes to the minutes from June 25th of 2018? And whether there are or not, I'd entertain.
I was present. I'm noted as being excused.
So we will make that change. Any other changes? Okay. Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the minutes of the board business meeting from June 25th of 2018 with the correction that's been noted on the record? So moved by Commissioner Shapiro. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Berliner. Is there any further discussion or questions? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any nays? Any abstentions due to absence? Okay, all right. So 3 commissioners have abstained due to absence at that meeting. The motion is sufficiently carried with the ayes. Thank you. Now, with respect to old business that we've discussed at previous meetings, we have been continuing with our training schedule. We had an excellent training produced by our counsel on last Thursday with the assistance of her deputy counsel and assistant counsels. And I think it was excellent. It was very thorough on the process in its entirety, from the work that's done in building the information that comes before the board, in conducting the board interview, in writing board decisions, in general matters of protocol around the interview process. A makeup for that training will be available on this Thursday, and it may be that we have to provide it yet again if everyone isn't captured by this Thursday's training. So again, you're welcome to participate in it again if you so wish. If you have questions that arise after the training or in between that training and the next time it's offered, and you're unable to attend a future training or repeat of that training, please send your questions to our counsel. As you conduct interviews, you may have questions that come up At any time, our counsel is available to us for questions on the law and regulation with respect to our interview process. We also have trainings scheduled for 2 weeks beyond this week, also on Thursday afternoons. I will send invitations and hope that as many of you that can attend will attend in one of the variety of locations that you're able to video conference in to attend that training. Also, the work of our subcommittees has been ongoing. In particular, the Research Committee has met and has conducted some business on our behalf. Our Legislative and Training Committee have joined forces on some projects and has met, and in fact, we're having a meeting after today's board business meeting, chaired by Commissioner Agostini. And you all may have received, hopefully you have received it by now, been able to open your mail. You received the relevant portion of a memorandum of understanding between the department and the State Office of Mental Health with respect to evaluations of incarcerated men and women on the board's behalf in preparation for interviews. And so please read that carefully. You'll understand better what the agreement is in terms of what the Office of Mental Health will do in regarding evaluating persons prior to their interview by the Board of Parole. The entire memorandum of understanding has been shared with the co-chairs of the Vulnerable Populations Committee, Commissioners Drake and Davis. And hopefully with that, they will start to have their meetings, and if anyone is interested in participating with that committee, you're certainly welcome. Just please let Commissioner Drake know and let me know if you're formally joining the committee so I can note you as a member. I'm trying to think if there's any other subcommittees who have met that I haven't mentioned. Is anyone else part of any other subcommittee that's met that's...
We've had some informal Bridge the Gap meetings. I don't think we've done a formal meeting, but we're sort of laying out what we think is the agenda for that group. It's a broad and lengthy agenda, so it is my responsibility to take what we've done and make it readable, and I will attempt to do that this week and get it passed around so that people can start to see where we are.
Thank you. And so that you know, the department, along with the board, are engaged in Bridge the Gap work. And the next meeting of that group is Thursday, August 30th at 2 p.m. Thursday, August 30th at 2 p.m. So if the chairs of the board Bridge the Gap meeting wish to attend, or any member of the Bridge the Gap board committee wish to attend, if you'd identify yourself to me, and I'll make sure to forward the invitation. And as many of you who are interested certainly are welcome, but I think it would be best if at least one of you were there. So you have the date, and that'll be the best place to advance things that come out of your committee. But of course, if it's something substantial, big substantial change, we'd like the opportunity for the full board to consider it before you advance it to the department. But that'll be a good meeting for you to at least meet people in the absence of any board action. Any other committees that need to make a report? Okay, thank you. We are really making headway with our pre-accreditation work. Rocio and I have been meeting with a person who has been tasked to help all of the units of the department, including the Board of Parole, who are participating in a pilot electronic accreditation process this year for the first time. Some of the entities have already gone through their accreditation, namely the Training Academy, among them, central office for the department, and we're doing well in uploading our documents that show our adherence to the expected practices that the American Correctional Association expects of paroling authorities. So we feel like we're in pretty good shape going into the last few weeks of our pre-accreditation work. We will have an internal pre-accreditation audit in another month or two, and then the actual accreditation takes place in October, the accreditation audit with our ACA auditors, and then the formal accreditation process takes place out of state, I believe in January of 2019, at which time you go before the panel, the accreditation panel, during the ACA winter meeting, and they tell you whether or not you are reaccredited for another 3 years. Anybody have any questions about that process? Want to participate in it with us? Please let us know. Okay. All right. I want to mention again as an item of old business that back in October of 2017, request was made by the acting commissioner of the Department of Corrections and Community Supervision that the board encourage men and women who we interview to be sure to get their birth certificates, social security cards, and other documents that are critical for their successful reentry into the community. Please remember to inquire about that with the people that you're interviewing, if they've already gotten their documentation, and if they have express any hesitation at all, please encourage them to get those documents, as they're certainly needed in day-to-day life. And you can have that conversation, whatever your ultimate decision, because at the end of the day, they need to work on those documents, certainly in advance of their leaving the facility. In terms of new business, I don't have any substantive items to discuss with you today. Certainly, we don't have anything to vote on yet. We do hope to have some regulations and perhaps even some directives to vote on as we head into the fall, but we don't have any ready for your vote today. Some of this is going to be coming out of your committee work. Some of this is coming out of broader work, but there's nothing to vote on today. Do have a couple of announcements and happy things to share. We've had 2 board members, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, who had birthdays in July. I believe Commissioner Shapiro and Commissioner Berliner celebrated birthdays this past month. So happy birthday to you both. Many, many more. We're thankful that you're coming up on, I think you're already past your anniversary, Commissioner Berliner, and you're coming up on your 1-year anniversary as a board member with us. So we hope to share many birthdays with you. In spite of the fact that I think at least in one case, your birthday actually fell on a work day. You were here. You were here and you put forth a good full day's work. And again, we're delighted that you shared your birthday with us. And that didn't slow you down in the least in terms of getting the work in front of you done. I also have an announcement to make. One of our long-standing court reporters, Sue Fischler, will be retiring this year. In fact, her last day physically with us, traveling and taking the expert transcript of our interviews, will be toward the end of August. So please, as you have occasion to work with her over these next few weeks, wish her well. And if we can think of something that we can do where she will be spending her last few days, we'll be sure to let you know in the event that you're you're with her or near her during that last week, and you can wish her well in the meantime, however you see fit. It's nice when people can retire from state service when they're ready, as opposed to some more unfortunate circumstances. So with that, I don't have any correspondence to share. Is there any other item, announcement that would be appropriate to share at this time? Okay. Well, thank you very much. If there isn't anything further, then I would gladly entertain a motion to enter into executive session to discuss matters of litigation which are not appropriate for the public record or meant for the public record with our counsel. And at the conclusion of that, adjourn our board business meeting. Also, before I take such a motion, I want to note for the record that our next board business meeting is scheduled for Monday, August 27th of 2018 at 1 p.m. All right, is there a motion to enter into executive session and at the conclusion of that, adjourn our board business meeting?
So moved.
So moved by Commissioner Agostini. Is there a second to that? Seconded by Commissioner Shapiro. Any further discussion or questions? Okay. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any nays? Okay, thank you very much.